right, the army statement coming in on India and China soldiers' clashes in Sikkim, and they say, the army says, and I quote, "We have received several queries regarding a face-off between the Indian army and PLA troops in Sikkim sector. It is clarified that there was a minor face-off at Naku area of North Sikkim on the 20th of January, and the same was resolved by local commanders as per established protocols." These are the words right from the Army, the statement coming in, officially accepting, acknowledging that there were skirmishes that were reported at the Sikkim border between the Indian and Chinese troops, but the Army here calling it a minor skirmish, which was supposedly resolved by the local commanders as per established protocols. We have Abhishek Balla joining us for more details on that. Abhishek, here's the army statement, formal statement that's coming out about the India-China clash, where reportedly 20 soldiers of the Chinese side, PLA soldiers, have sustained injuries, bloody nose, broken bones, and we understand 4 to 5 soldiers from the Indian side have also been injured. What was the reason for the skirmish? We believe that the Chinese were trying to sneak in to the Indian side. Indian troops, who were absolutely alert, tried to thwart their attempts and eventually indulged in a brawl. Here's the army acknowledging the skirmish.
Well, it appears that there was a face-off when this so-called intrusion took place on the Indian side, which led to a scuffle. However, the army has maintained that it's ascertaining the details and will share these details as and when they have them. But it seems that, the matter was resolved after a skirmish and things did not escalate. They did not get out of hand, even though certain reports suggest that there were injuries on both the sides. But just to tell our viewers, there is a context to what has happened. Nakula in the North Sikkim area was one place that had remained quite tense over the last few months. In fact, before the Ladakh standoff started in May last year, it was in April 2020 where there was a similar face-off in the Nakula area. Since then, things have remained tense in this sector, but they have not flared up. It's not blown out of proportion because it seems that there is a dialogue every time something happens at the local commander level, and a resolution has been found to it.
Right, here we're looking at least 20 PLA soldiers who were injured. Abhishek Balla, if you can take us through what is the status there in terms of the injuries of the Indian side of the army. They've been quite alert and can't let their guard down for a moment, because this is not even an area of friction. These are international borders. The Sikkim area, the Nakula area are international borders, and it's decided upon by the two countries for time immemorial. A time like this, when there are talks, the 9th Corps commander level talks about Ladakh face-off happening, which went on to 16 hours last night itself. Here, on the other hand, Chinese putting pressure on another border.
Well, Nakula has remained quite calm over the years, but in April 2020, before the Ladakh standoff actually started, there was a scuffle there, there was a face-off, and since then things have remained a little volatile here, but they never really escalated. We are yet to get those specific details from the army. We would not like to speculate as to how many soldiers were injured or what were the nature of those injuries. But yes, it seems there was a brawl. That's something that the army has said. But we'll still have to wait for the army to give specifics on the kind of injuries people have sustained and what really led to this skirmish. And if 20 people have been injured on the Chinese side and there have been injuries on the Indian side as well, then of course it's a serious matter.
Okay, Abhishek Balla, sure enough, further investigation into it. Of course, the army there giving out a statement acknowledging that there was a scuffle, but more details on that to come right ahead. We're going to continue tracking that and more. For more details on that, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app for more. Stay tuned. News and updates coming up next.